Okay, guys, you remember the guy who was doing begonia propagation video? Today we're gonna introduce with him and hear about the future plans and the dreams. Okay.
Good morning.
So where we are now?
Well, we are in our family backyard. Um, in the past couple years, 4 years, we made this from patchy grass field to our family cottage garden with flowers, plants, fruits, couple vegetables, where we enjoy spending time.
Okay, yeah, we will see that later around. But okay, what is your future vision? You want to have a nursery?
I would love to have a combined nursery with an inspirational garden where people can walk around, maybe have a cup of coffee, and the plants and compositions that inspire them to be able to buy those plants, grown in a organic, peat-free way. There are a lot of nurseries in the Netherlands where we are located, but barely any that grow peat-free, and not so many organic nurseries that make sure that the plants are happy and grown in a sustainable way.
Okay, and you enjoy yourself going in nurseries? Did you get yourself an inspiration from them, or?
Yes, I love to go to nurseries to look around, to plants, get new ideas, see new plants, buy new plants. I love to see how people grow things and the ideas they come up with.
Okay, and from where is this passion for gardening, passion for plants, passion for nature?
Basically, I got that from my childhood. My parents both loved gardening. Even though we lived in the city, we had a big or small garden, but filled with plants in pots, and always flowers around and plants around. And the rest of my family also loves to garden. My grandma has a big garden where, as a child, I loved to spend time in, and still do.
Mm-hmm. And would you like also what your audience? Would you want to visit your future nursery? Do you want to make it interesting also for younger people?
I would love to have people from all ages coming. I think it's important for everyone to have greenery and plants around them. I think it's beneficial for your mental and physical health.
Yes.
And I think that if you go to a nursery, generally you see a slightly older audience, and I think that young people can really benefit from being outdoor more and having their hands in the dirt, but also to it's about the future of the world, plants, and making sure if everyone puts 10 plants in their garden instead of stones, then
Yeah.
pollinators and other insects have way more space to live. So I think it's beneficial for all of us.
Okay, and you said you was always with your mother, your parents, right? You had yourself garden, or this is first, or you?
This is my first real garden. I had a lot of house plants. I had a tiny balcony when I lived in an apartment before, but this is the first time gardening in an actual garden.
And what about inside plants? Are you planning to have them in nursery for people who doesn't have garden, or balcony plants?
Balcony plants, yes. In house plants, I honestly don't know. I would love to grow plants myself from seeds, from propagation, from splitting plants, and not necessarily like a lot of groweries do, is buy certain plants and
Yeah.
make them bigger, or just buy and sell them. So I don't know if houseplants fit in that, but who knows?
Yeah, that's future. Okay. What about vegetables?
Well, my parents have an allotment garden, and they are avid vegetable growers. Myself, I don't have a lot of experience with it, but we are trying to do some tomatoes this year. So we will see. I think growing your own food is a nice idea. I'm
Yeah.
just not that experienced.
And from where the knowledge comes? Do you look up?
I look up stuff on the internet. I love to watch gardening programs, but also from friends and family, just see what works, and also just trial and error. Just try to put something in the ground. Does it work? Doesn't it work? What works better?
So basically, this family garden, it's like your experimental garden to see what it grows best, how it goes with the seeds,
In a way, it is.
with the cuttings, and so on.
Yes, in a
Okay.
way, it is.
I think it's nice future idea. Okay, shall we do
Yes, let's
tour?
take a tour.
So while entering your garden, I noticed this.
Yes, these are our homemade fertilizers. We have a comfrey fertilizer and nettle fertilizer. We basically put them in a bucket of water and let them ferment for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And the plants love them. They both have their benefits. They smell slightly, so the family wasn't too happy, but with the end results, I think we all will be happy.
So I think we will see a video or something how you do this, because
yes, we
not
will show how you make your own homemade fertilizer.
yeah, because not everyone knows this.
No.
And I think it's beneficial to do your own when you have possibility, instead put
chemicals on your
yeah, exactly. Do you have something more like this, like you have compost?
Yes, we have a compost heap.
Yes.
We make our own compost here. Basically all the garden scraps and kitchen scraps, all the vegetable parts go on here. We mix it up every so often to make sure that there is enough oxygen there for the fermentation process. And next spring we will have a lot of compost for the garden.
And here you have berries.
Yes, we have some red currants here. They are not so red yet, but they will come along in the next couple of weeks. We have some other berries here. As you can see, the slugs also loved it. This year we have a magnificent amount of slugs in the garden. A lot has been eaten, a lot is still being eaten. We have lifted some hostas to try to save them in the past couple of weeks, because as you can see, everything has been eaten. We had a warm, wet winter, so basically the slugs and snails stayed alive and feasted on the plants. As you can see, we have a arrangement of hostas here with some ladies' mantle between it, some primulas. I like this part of the garden. I'm in love with hostas. I have been all my life. 4 years ago we put one tiny fennel bush in, and it has self-seeded throughout the border. But it gives some nice texture, and later it gives nice flowers, and it smells good as well. So we let it be. The grass, as you can see, is starting to grow. Behind that we have blackberries and grapes. Generally every year we do get some grapes, not in an abundance, but still it's nice. Also, the kids love to go into the garden and pick fruit for dessert or just to eat it. So we have here also some strawberries. They are also not quite ready, but it's coming along, and with the
Oh yes.
warm weather it will come.
And this plant.
This is a cardoon. It's family of the artichoke. Yeah, it's a perennial plant. It grows about a meter higher than it's now, and will get big purple flowers that we will partly cut out to keep the plant
It looks really beautiful. It gives a
looking nice.
high.
Yes. Yes, we really like it, and yeah, as you can see, it's quite massive now. So we will probably start to split it up next year. But yes,
It's very nice to have for bigger borders.
yes,
And here you have a broom.
yes. We have a fruit tree. We originally bought it for the reddish purplish foliage because yeah, it stands out, especially against this flamingo one with a white, light greenish, pinkish foliage. And in early spring it gives magnificent white flowers. But basically since the first year it also gives us fruit, and we initially thought it's ornamental, but we found out that it's quite nice to eat.
Okay. And here it's.
Here is some bare patches of ground. Yeah, basically there wasn't anything really growing, so we have sown some annual seeds in there a week and a half ago. So some camellias, some other perennials. We have some seeds in a seed tray as well to put in there later. So hopefully later this summer this will be an abundance of flowers and colors and smells and pollinators.
Okay, and I see you have an actual tree here.
Yes, this tree, I think 3 years ago, a seed from one of the neighboring trees came and started to sprout here. We decided to leave it. We cut it every year to shape it a bit and don't let it come too big, because as you can see,
So it's gonna
in the middle
stay.
of the garden. Yes, it will stay about this shape. End of the growing season, we will shape it again, and
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But it gives some height, it gives some texture.
Yes.
Both me and my wife love these type of trees, with the white stems and the delicate green flowers. So yeah, it makes us. We thought we'd leave it, and so far so good.
Okay, and you have a lot of pots around your sitting area.
Yes, we have here a couple of pots with different kinds of dahlias. We have chosen mostly dahlias that have a really single open flower for the pollinators, because we try to support it. We also have some double flower dahlias, but yeah, so we hope this all comes up in the next couple of the next 2 months, and then starts to flower and gives a nice ambience here at the sitting area. Here we have a bit of my experimental corner. It was first there was a sandbox here for a smaller son, then it was a playhouse. The house disappeared, and now it's my nursery area, seedling area. We have a lot of strawberries here. Like I said before, the kids love strawberries, so
Oh yeah, there are a lot.
I went through the garden earlier this year because we initially put in 3 tiny strawberry plants 3 years ago, and they spread it around. So
all these strawberries are from few plants.
3 initial plants that we just let run wild, and then earlier this year I went around the garden. We have an oleander here. It's here because this is one of the most sunny spots in the garden, so it loves sun. Here's some more dahlias that need to start to grow, some agapanthus. We also have some very sad sunflowers. As you can see, the slugs also have really enjoyed. Yes, that one is one of the better ones. As you can see, a lot has nothing left. So I wanted to plant these out into the garden, but we are kind of afraid that we will not have sunflowers this year. Here are multiple cuttings. It's cuttings of the sweet William, wallflowers, some, I forgot the name, some lantern plant. Yes, down here we are in preparation of next year. We have both foxgloves and delphiniums to grow up and to next year enrich the border. So hopefully they will not all be eaten by the time they are ready to be potted up. Here we have a raised bed with tomatoes in it. They have been grown from seed inside, and now since a couple of days have been in the garden. They are against this wall. It's a west-facing wall, so it will generate a lot of heat, and also after the sun is gone still gives heat to the plants.
Some more strawberries.
Some more strawberries.
And all of this came from 3 plants.
From 3 plants. We have some raspberries here that might produce some fruit this year, but I'm not quite sure. And otherwise it will be later.
And this beautiful purple red.
Yes, this is all sweet William. It scents amazing. The colors is a bit accidental. There was some lighter pink in there as well. This is a lot of gladiolus. We have some irises in here. There are some other summer bulbs in here. And in spring, this is the place where most of our tulips and narcissus and other spring bulbs come up and brighten
This is
up
the first border which
yes, this is generally
blooms
the first
up.
place that brightens up the garden. We have a fig here that every year gives nice tasty figs.
But there are a lot here.
There are a lot of figs on it. It comes from a cutting from my grandma's fig tree and has been here now for 3.5 years, I think. And as you can see, is quite happy against the west-facing wall. And then here we have a brand new border. This is about a week old. A week ago we dug this border. My wife said, I want a border, to plant a border. So which part of the garden can we do for that? So we dug this last week in the afternoon, enriched the soil with some compost. Yes, the combination of plants and flowers, it's mostly perennials. It's mostly plants that she likes from back in the day, and yeah, so it's an inspirational piece of the garden.
Okay. Further we have more of pots, I see.
Yes, we have a lot of pots here. This is a combination of a lot of hostas, some violets, some annual flowers to brighten up the place. In between we have some tiny trees that we are growing to at a later stage, hopefully in our own garden at some point be able to plant trees or make a hedgerow. A lot of this comes from tiny trees that seeded and germinated around the garden. A slightly sad rose here that needs some love, but is nevertheless blooming and very happy.
And here you have more hostas.
Yes,
and more strawberries.
Yes, here we have some more strawberries for if the rest is not enough. Here we have a lot of some more trees, some verbena that we took out of the garden because there was too much, and we see how it does here in the pots. We have some hostas. Generally these are They come from hostas that we split up. So we took one big hosta and split it up into multiple smaller ones. And yes, to make more plants from the existing amount of plants.
Okay, so this is already a babies from the hostess in the garden.
Yes, this is the start of a nursery idea.
Okay.
Then this is the other project of this year. It is about a month and a half ago we dug this border, and besides a couple of primulas over there, all the plants in here come from friends and family. So this hydrangea comes from my parents' garden. They moved to an apartment, so we took it out. Most of the hostas come from my grandma's garden. Some of the grasses we found at the dump. So we took everywhere a little bit and made this of it. It looks a little bit bare at the moment, but if everything starts to grow more and matures a bit more, next year it will look completely different.
And here it's so many grasses. Is this also coming from?
We had two grasses standing here, like they are now, but this is one of the two split in two and placed back, and the other grass we took apart earlier this year and split up in a lot of tiny plants to see how that goes, to see what it needs, and as you can see, they're really starting to root and be happy.
That's awesome. So that was nice tour. You have your little world here. We're gonna see more of videos and
yes, we are planning to make more videos and take you into our process of hopefully making our dream come true, and just sharing what we do in the garden, sharing advice, ideas. So if you have any questions or any remarks, please let us know, because we love to interact with you.